Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the impromptu, random, off-the-cuff, never-before-seen, completely, probably scuffed and thrown together GenCon Panel for Magic the Gathering 2023 live stream review and watch party, whatever the heck we decide to call this thing today. That was a lot of words. Yeah, normally we don't do Sunday afternoon streams, but here we are. So this is going to be a lot of fun. There's so much that was said about Gen Con. I mean, heck, we got 2 years of set releases, and we know from Magic the Gathering and Wizards of the Coast with the rapid release cycle, that's a lot of products. It's a lot of cards. We got a crap ton of things to talk about. So if you're here in the live stream, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. I know this was impromptu. I know we don't normally do stuff like this, and I don't normally throw up stream ads, but I threw them on a couple of pages, and I don't normally do that. So if you're here and you like the content and you enjoy what we're doing, make sure you share this video, share this live stream, hit the like button, help spread the word as we watch what's going on. But I have set up this video on the side here. It is on the Magic the Gathering official YouTube channel, so I don't feel too bad about, like, I don't think we're taking any views from anybody. But if you're here in chat and you've never been here before, if you have been here before, regardless, let me know that you're here. Send me a message. Let me know how you're feeling about some of the announcements that you may have seen that we are about to watch right now. And let me kind of welcome some of you for coming in. Ornitier, always consistent viewer, welcome. Sleeping Night, thank you for stopping by today. Welcome, welcome. Thank you all for hanging out in chat today. This is going to be some fun. I'm excited. If you haven't, make sure you check out the poll. It is just to drive people to the like button. We will see how that goes. And I will go ahead and throw a little "this stream is for me" emote, because I am looking forward to this one, if I'm being completely honest with each and every one of you. So without further ado, let's take a look. I have this video pulled up. The plan was to watch the video anyway, so it was like, why not go ahead and give this a good, reasonable watch. Let's see. How's the content? How's the timing of the stream? Everything looks okay. Everything looks all right. So let's get into, we got it right here. It's time. Pop on over to our video. Welcome, welcome. If you are hanging out, if you are just tuning in, thank you for tuning in. We've got a lot to watch. As we set this up, for the starters, we will check the audio levels and everything and make sure we are set to go. I got my coffee. I'm ready to tune in. Let's get going.
30 years ago, almost to the day, Magic the Gathering was born.
Magic was born.
Of those 30 years, we're going to peer
Greg, welcome. Greg, Fallout set's gonna be nuts. It's gonna be nuts.
30 years into the future, but you're gonna get sneak peeks going as far as 2026.
Okay, but imagine if they gave us 30 years of future plans. That's a little ridiculous.
We'll tell you about sets that are still only code names and a twinkle in our eye. We'll be talking about exciting upcoming
twinkle in our eye. Let's go.
And you're going to hear from Magic Arena about the future of digital Magic as Arena celebrates its 5-year anniversary.
Okay, the fact that Arena's 5 years old is wild. The first iteration of Arena, if anyone goes out and watches some of those old videos, is crazy. Grasshopper, welcome. What's going on? Welcome to the stream.
The further out that we look, the more likely it is that details will change. But we think it's worth it to be able to share with you all of the exciting stuff we're working on for Magic.
Look at the Mouse Wolf set I'm most excited about.
And with
Chief of Staff.
Fantastic humans
Chief of Staff.
All about this killer future. First up, we've got Chris Kiritz, executive.
If there are things you guys want to stop and talk about, let me know.
Hello, everybody.
Next, we've got Athena Froelich.
Hi, Athena. Hi, Chris.
Magic, here to share with
Hi.
You some universes beyond
Hi, guys.
goodness. Hello,
Hi, everyone.
And finally,
hey, got
you
it.
know him,
Killed it.
You love him. He talks to all of you while he drives.
If you guys need the volume higher or my volume lower or anything, let me know.
Head Magic designer Mark Rosewater.
Hey, well, I just want to say, Jess, I was involved a couple years ago.
Look at Rosie.
With Eldraine, which was the very first time we ever sort of talked ahead, and we shared a year's worth. And so the idea that today we're talking 3 years ahead is absolutely. I can't believe we're doing this. I can't believe you're letting me do this, but I'm very excited to do it.
Yes,
Rose is the only person that might bring the same energy that I do. That might be it. It might just be me and Rosie.
3 lenses here. The first lens is, how do we get a balance between innovation
Video
and
volume could be a tad higher.
Magic great in these last 30 years? When
Let's
we're designing
go.
Magic, our goal is always to delight fans with both what y'all want and new things that maybe you don't know you want just
We should
yet.
get notes and get them
Spend
ready.
a lot of time figuring out how to push boundaries and explore new frontiers through all areas of the game. That includes
Let's
things
go.
like
Thank
gameplay,
you, Grasshopper.
story, exciting new worlds, fantastical new collectible cards, universes beyond partnerships that let you celebrate your favorite fandoms, and new innovations for digital Magic through Magic Arena.
I don't know.
The second thing we like
I
to
don't
think
know if I
about
believe
is
that.
centering accessibility in Magic design. We want to make sure that Magic fans have all the opportunities to play and engage. That's whether you started
Innovating the
playing
future.
today or in '93. Whether you're here to compete on the Pro Tour or if you're focused on blinging out your commander deck.
This is huge.
Whether you
Creating
are
something
a real
for everyone
Magic
is huge.
World building junkie,
We'll talk
or
about
if
that.
you're
That's a
living
big
for how the
point. That's
design
a big
team is
bullet point
bringing
right
your
there.
favorite fandoms to life through Universes Beyond. And that also includes further improvements to Arena, including a roadmap to Pioneer. Finally, we wanted to underscore our continued emphasis.
Did they just wait? Wait.
Or if you're living for how the design team is
Wait.
bringing your favorite fandoms to life through Universes Beyond. And that also includes further improvements to Arena, including a roadmap to Pioneer.
They said
Finally, we wanted to underscore
roadmap
our
to
continued
Pioneer?
emphasis on Magic lore and story. The conclusion of the Phyrexian arc has opened up the multiverse quite a bit. And Wilds of Eldraine is marking the start of an exciting moment for the next 3 years of Magic. Y'all
Jim
learned
Williams
a little
goat.
bit about Omen Paths, which are allowing for more characters to traverse our worlds, and they're giving us brand new mechanical space for our sets.
So commitment to
We'll be
Magic
exploring
lore
the
and
Omen
story.
Paths and many of the other implications from the Phyrexian War in a new multi-year story arc. And
Magic lore and
within this
what?
story arc, there are also individual yearly story arcs with their own names. So with that, we do have a special treat for you today. If you want
that's
to
not
catch up on
Universes
Magic
Beyond
Story,
stuff.
we put together the entirety of the Phyrexian arc in a free downloadable EPUB that you can
Oh.
download right now on dailymtg.com. All right, with
Okay.
that, it's time to look into the crystal
They're
ball.
gonna lean
and
into
peer
their own
the
IP?
future. Mark, what do you got?
They're gonna lean into their
let's
own
start
IP.
with 2023.
All right,
Now, we
2023.
just did a lot of previews at MagicCon last week. Wilds of Eldraine, Lost Caverns of Ixalan, Doctor Who. I just want to get into a few points before we move on.
I got videos
Wilds
of
of
everything but
Eldraine
Wilds.
is the start of a new storyline. So
Goose
it's
Hydra.
going to be a 3-year storyline. We've codenamed it Metronome. That's a code name. It doesn't mean anything. There's not some larger like music plot or something. It's just a code name. Each of the years get named.
okay.
So the Wilds of Eldraine is the beginning of what we're calling the Omen Path arc. So that is the arc for the first year. Now, while the Eldraine is really cool, we're going to see the ramifications. I know
Nick D,
when,
we'll talk about that in a
First War
second. Maybe.
happened, a lot of people said, oh, it seemed to end so quickly. But the ramifications are going to be felt for years. For example, on Eldraine, the king and queen are dead. There was a magical spell used to try to protect the plane, but a lot of people are still asleep because of it. We're really going to find out, like,
Rosie.
you know, Will and Rowan were both disbarred.
Oh no! What's happening?
Have to sort of save their kingdom and figure out how to solve all the problems they're having.
Come back,
we
stream.
have Ashiok, who's not disbarred, coming back, and a brand new character named Kellen, who is going to show up in the storyline. Especially, I can't give anything away, but keep an eye on Kellen. He's very important. The other thing that we're trying to do, Lost Caverns of Ixalan is a good example of this. The reason we changed the cosmology of the multiverse is to do new and different things. And so one of the things we're doing is what I call a backdrop set, which is
Rosie was about to let it. Theme,
but
he was about to let it slip.
On a known world.
Hey, be nice about Rosie's outfits. I wear the same T-shirt every day. Be cool, man. Be cool.
It's Ixalan. Those elements will be there, but this is not Ixalan Part 2. This is not a return to the mechanics necessarily of original Ixalan.
Inners of Ixalan.
This was an underground world that originally was a brand new world, just set underground, and we realized as we were building it that the perfect place for it to be was Ixalan, and so we made it part of Ixalan.
Let's go,
But I want to
Ixalan.
explain that it's us exploring something new in which, yes, like we can revisit worlds, but just because we revisit the worlds doesn't mean we're just doing what we did last time. Now,
revisiting something without it being remastered set. Massive win. Thank you, Magic. Good job. Also, T-Rex arm. T-Rex arm is a win. Always here for T-Rex arm.
These are highly desirable reprints that we're going to match to the world and flavor in the world that they appear in, and they're going to show up incorporated into the list and in collector boosters. Yet another way to get cards players want into their hand, because we know that's so important. There is one other cool thing about Lost Caverns Ixalan.
F for reprints in chat, please. I know that everyone hates reprints.
Thanks, Mark.
F for reprints in
I'm here
chat.
to check
Thank
in
you.
now and again with our plans for Universes Beyond. So you know that when I'm speaking,
F for reprints.
something exciting is about to happen. Universes Beyond is magic, but it's...
Can I start doing that to you guys? When I'm speaking, you know that something exciting is going to happen.
core strength lies in the further innovation it brings. Universes Beyond stretches magic beyond its established lore to encompass the expansive characters, worlds, and adventures that not just Magic fans, but the world loves. These collaborations are amazing for those whose passions lie between the legendary mechanics of Magic the Gathering and these beloved fandoms. We just celebrated our first major Universes Beyond booster release with The Lord of the Rings, and we couldn't be happier with how much joy it has brought to our fans.
Yeah, you couldn't
Universes
be happier with the money it brought in either.
This
This set was
Magic
massive.
can be a platform or a gameplay system to experience our favorite fandoms. Ixalan is a set synonymous to dinosaurs in Magic's multiverse. And Jurassic World is synonymous with dinosaurs worldwide.
Wait.
30 years of Jurassic World storytelling brought to the tabletop for you to replay again and again to find new and exciting outcomes. Every card features brand new Jurassic World artwork that showcases iconic characters and scenes spanning across many feature-length films.
Listen, I don't care if you hate Universes Beyond. Dinosaurs are cool.
That brings plenty of new dinosaur-themed cards to your playgroup. Additionally, Secret Lair is partnering with Jurassic World for not one, but 2 special Secret Lair drops that will release later this year. We're excited to share more with you as we get closer to the release. I wanted to start off with a bit of a bang, revealing something new, but I'd be remiss if I didn't cover the Universe Beyond sets we previously announced. Doctor Who Commander decks were talked about in more detail last week at MagicCon Barcelona.
Art is so cool.
And we are so thrilled to finally be bringing you that wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey collaboration on October 13th. Additionally,
October 13th. Okay.
Following the amazing main set release, The Lord of the Rings Tales of Middle-earth is being revisited this November with a special holiday release that
we
brings
put out our best set ever. Let's remaster it. Quick.
Mechanically unique cards,
remaster it.
And some new scenes.
Quick.
We wanted to show you one of the treatments that will be in collector boosters this November. Sauron the Dark Lord in the Borderless poster treatment.
Wait, hold on.
Some new scenes. We wanted to show you one of the treatments that will be in collector
I thought the
boosters
stream
this
was
November.
Wait. This is going to be in collector boosters in November? What? I did not. What? What? I thought it was going to be like
Sauron,
classic
the Dark
art.
Lord in the
This looks cool, but this is
We're also going to show you a piece of one of the unique
This is the most
scenes in the scene
opposite
boxes.
direction I could have
The
seen
Might
them
of
ever
Galadriel.
coming.
which will have some new cards to add to your Lord of the Ring decks. Speaking of Lord of the Rings, which has a unique place in our digital Magic ecosystem, I think it's time we hear from Chris Kiritz on the Arena team.
Thanks,
I did
Amina.
not see that
2023
coming.
has been a big year for us.
I
and we
did
still have
not
more
see
to
that.
come.
That is wild.
Arena's vision is to create fast, fun Magic for everyone, anywhere. It's why we're always looking to find new platforms for Magic, like when we brought Arena to your phone in 2021 and to Steam earlier this year. It's
And
also
Arena
why
to
we spent
your
a lot of
bathroom.
time this year
From
improving
your
our new
phone
player
to your
experience.
bathroom
Our goal is to
while
help
you're
players
doing the
find their
business, you
fun
can
as
play
quickly as
Arena.
possible. Whether it's collecting cards, building decks, playing in their first draft, we want people to get into the game easily and find
Sleeping
that
Night,
fun
like,
that
listen, the
has
set is still
enchanted
selling
people
well.
for
It's Modern
30
All
years.
Stars, it's Commander hits.
Reaching
Like, the
players
set is still
also why
great.
it was
The set
important
is
to
still
bring the
go.
Lord of the Rings to Arena, so players could experience the wonders
Remaster,
of Middle Earth
remaster,
wherever they
return
wanted to
of
play
the
Magic, and really reinforce the fun and excitement of tabletop. A little bit later, we're going to talk about the roadmap for Arena, and you'll see that the Lord of the Rings isn't the last surprising set to land on the platform. And the year's
music
not
is
done yet.
bumping.
For the end of 23, we have some more big moments. Our 5th anniversary is next month, and we're going to celebrate with players, and we probably have a few tricks up our sleeve to share next month.
And for 5-year anniversary, we're going to fix the economy, I swear.
Hot on the heels of that, we're going to release Wilds of Eldraine, and with it, we'll include something people have been asking for a while, improved duplicate protection. This will help all those players who have been with us the last 5 years and may not need a 13th copy of Duress in their collection. We've also started to explore a new
Duress.
achievement system
Yes,
to help us
let's
provide
go.
rewards that go beyond wins and losses and encourage more types of play. We're excited about this space and look forward to sharing more as we build out the system. Finally, we're continuing to explore how we deliver classic card content. For instance,
Ooh.
Shadows Over the Innistrad will be the last remaster on Arena for a while, which does mean we won't have some of the exciting
Yeah,
remasters
same,
you
Savannah.
hear about a little bit later, but it doesn't mean we're resting on our laurels.
Order to agree.
Before the end of the year,
Paper,
we'll take another
digital,
major step
tie
towards Pioneer
together.
with the full release of Cons of Tarkir.
They should,
originally
like,
released in
meld
2014.
and become
This is
one.
not a remaster. It is a full release that will let players experience this fan favorite for the first time or relive those rhino-sized moments of the past. And
Say
that
Pioneer.
brings us to 2024.
Say
Mark?
Pioneer.
Okay,
Just say Pioneer.
so the first thing of 2024 is Ravnica Remastered. So we know the players love Ravnica. It's one of the most popular
Ravnica
planes we've done.
Remastered. Let's
We've
go.
been there on 3 different occasions. So we're going to take cards from all 3 sets and
Oh my
put them
God.
together to make a really fun draft environment that's going to play into everything that makes Ravnica, especially the guilds. And because it's a little bit of a throwback, we're also going to have some retro frames that we're putting inside the product.
It's a remastered set with retro frame foils. Who could have foreseen this? Joking aside, I love the Ravnica blocks. All of them are great. This is gonna be super fun, and they all always play really, really well together.
So if
But,
you
like-
love Remastered, I think you really will enjoy.
If this was
Ravnica
on your
Remastered.
bingo card,
Okay, which brings us to our
You win.
first new
You
set
win.
of
You just-
2024,
Duh.
Murders at Karlov Manor.
ooh.
So I explained with Ixalan that we do what we're calling backdrop sets, in which we
Let's
take a
go.
brand new mechanical theme, but put it in a known world. So we are doing a top-down murder mystery set, playing into all the genres
just-
and tropes of murder mystery.
Are we playing
but
Clue?
We're setting it
MTG,
on Ravnica.
just as
Now I should stress,
Clue?
this is not a normal Ravnica set. It's not a sort of about the guilds. I mean, the guilds are here creatively, but if you
Okay,
want to play the guilds,
so
we
it's-
have Ravnica Remastered that's right before this. Have
So
chance
it's
to play
set
the
in Ravnica.
guilds. This is a cool murder mystery set, and we've
And
done
a
something really neat.
Oh, hey,
which
look,
is
this
there
is
are
the
murders
art that we
woven
talked
into
about.
the story, and there are mysteries woven into the game itself, where you, the players, will get to
That's
solve
right.
puzzles
Breaking
and solve
news.
your
Remastered
own
Masters.
mystery.
Grasshopper
We've
2027.
spent a lot of time planning on this. I was on the group that did it. It's a lot of fun. I can't wait for you guys to try it. And there's one other cool thing going on with this set that Athena's going to tell you about.
We are taking the fun of Magic and the fun of Clue and
I what a time for the stream to pause. Freaking called it. Freaking called it.
combining them into a release that stands on its own for fans of both Magic and Clue. We've partnered with Clue to celebrate their 75th anniversary. Last year, they introduced
Clue is
reimagined versions
75
of
years old?
Infamous
Is that
Cast,
true?
Which we have
Chad, is that true?
incorporated
Is Clue
to create
75 years
a
old?
brand new whodunit experience, combining the beloved evidence-gathering sleuth gameplay of Clue with Magic's strategic depth and the fan-favorite Ravnica setting. Ravnica Clue Edition offers
Sandro,
a new
good
twist
morning.
on multiplayer Magic gameplay, designed in-house by our R&D team.
Ooh,
welcoming fans
okay.
of Magic and Clue alike to unleash their inner sleuths and solve the mystery as one of Ravnica's premier detectives.
Okay, so it's like
a self-contained
it's multiplayer
experience
that isn't
is
contained.
unique and fun all on its own.
So hold on, that's important. They just said Magic, this Clue set for Magic is self-contained, it's a multiplayer experience, and it's supposed to be different. Like, than, I'm assuming Commander, right? Because that's the multiplayer way to play Magic. Yes, I know that your other non-Commander multiplayer format is also your favorite, but, like, that's interesting. That's wild. I like that.
In some regions, this will be known as Ravnica Cluedo Edition, because that's what Clue is known as in many places around the world. Now, I'm excited to talk a bit about our next partner, but we seem to be having some problems. Please stand by.
Oh, here it is. I know this.
That's better. We're excited to announce a new set of Commander decks set in the universe of Fallout, arriving next March. These pre-constructed decks take players to the post-nuclear alternate reality world of Fallout. Gangs of
This is
bloodthirsty
going to be a
raiders,
big
towering
fan
super
favorite.
mutants,
If you're here for the
irradiated
Magic Fallout,
monsters,
say so in the
deadly
comments.
retro
I think this is
futuristic
going to be a
robots
big fan favorite.
rove the
Not the
wasteland.
biggest, but I think this is going to be a big
Humanity has formed
I've heard
several
about the other
factions striving for survival, from those locked away in the pre-war vaults to new groups looking to rebuild society anew. This release of Commander decks is a love letter to this
We're all
iconic
old,
gaming
chat.
franchise,
Chat,
with
we're
each
old.
representing one of the Wasteland's many colorful factions represented in Magic form, so you can recreate some of Fallout's most famous and outlandish moments on the table with your friends. This release will come out March 2024.
I pitched
We'll
Greg
share more
noises.
on this special crossover as we get closer to release, so stay
Now-
tuned.
Now
Mark,
let's hope
what's
it's
next for
hold
2000?
on. Let's just hope it's not like a Walking Dead thing where it's like Magic X Fallout. Here's a secret layer with 4 commanders. GG's. Like, no, I hope this leads in
24.
further.
Okay, next up.
Aaron,
So we've done a lot of revisits to worlds
from Florida.
that we know.
Corey, welcome.
But you know, one of the things Magic does great is go to brand new worlds.
Grass-
So
I was there
next is
1,000 years ago
Outlaws
when
of
Clue
Thunder
came out.
Junction. So I talked
Grasshopper,
earlier about
you
when
are
we
the
when
OG.
the Phyrexian War happened and the cosmology got changed, that it would allow us to do some stuff we weren't able to do before.
I
So
did call
we had
this.
this idea we
Whoever
wanted to
the
do for a set
stream
that was
said,
all
I called
about
this. I called the
villains.
Wild West set.
And we could go to any one world and just see the villains of that world. But what's even cooler is what if we had a set with villains from across the multiverse? Well,
no.
with
There's
the Omen Pass, that's
I'm watching
possible.
an auction that's ending
so
also.
we have a brand new world where all the villains, or many of the villains, have started to gather. And what better place to do this than the Western genre? So people have been asking forever, when are we going to do this? We were looking for the right place to do it. This was it. The villain set on a frontier fantasy setting. And the combination of those two
I
has
love
made a
this
very
art.
unique set that I think you guys are going to love.
Now,
We
is this
wanted to
gonna
do it right.
is this
We
gonna
got
be
cultural
more Streets of New
consultants and made sure-
Capenna? Is this gonna follow the Streets of New Capenna, where it's like a theme that when you look from the outside looking in, you look at this theme and you're like, oh, this is a great theme. This is gonna be awesome. I love this. And then like the community just rejects it. Like Streets of New Capenna, the mobster theme, the families, the 3 color pies, the Triumph land cycle completed. Like top down, that set should be a banger. And like the community just pretty much rejected it. Is Thunder at Outlaw Junction or Outlaws of Thunder Junction, Thunder Down Under, whatever it's called? Is that going to be just
that
the same?
we were creating
just like
something
poorly,
that everybody could truly love.
poorly.
Now, one of the coolest things
received by
about
the
this
community?
set,
I don't
like
know.
I said,
Niran,
it's
let's
villains from across the
go.
multiverse.
Welcome to the
so
stream,
if you
Niran.
take a peek
Welcome.
at this image, maybe you'll recognize
Fallout will.
some
I
villains
think
you
so too.
might know.
Niran, I think you're right.
Okay, next up, Modern Horizons 3.
Let's
so
go.
Modern Horizons sets are a more advanced set. They allow a little more complex
They're a more
drafting
advanced set.
environment, and they have access to all the mechanics.
I
want to
make this clear.
But,
This is worth saying. I'm pausing it because this is worth saying. Modern Horizon sets changed and warped Modern forever, and Modern could have been a cool thing, never being touched. But since Modern Horizons exists in the world we live in, I'm excited for Modern Horizons 3. I'd be more excited if there was just no Modern Horizons sets. It's just places where cards that we like from current sets could live. But since Modern Horizons does and seems to have to exist, I'm going to be excited about Modern Horizons 3.
Modern Horizons 1 and 2 didn't actually have access to all the mechanics from the past because there's some
Jason,
things
Cowboy
that we
Bebop
just couldn't print
crossover would have
on
been
a single
interesting. My
face.
brother loves
Modern
Cowboy
Horizons 3
Bebop.
fixes that. So Modern Horizons 3 is introducing double face cards to Modern Horizons. So you want to see cards that transform into planeswalkers or make use of
Cards that transform into
mechanics
planeswalkers?
that you couldn't
There's only
do
one
on a single
planeswalker
face?
per set
well, Modern
now,
Horizons
silly.
3 will do that. And
Ooh, is
making
that
it very
Obnixilis,
fun.
or is
Once
that someone
again,
else?
a great set to
Someone
draft
tell me in
for
the
people
chat who
like
that is.
More
Who's that?
complex
Who am I looking at?
drafting environment. Modern Horizons has it there for you. And as you'll see from the pictures, there's some fun themes woven into the set.
And speaking of amazing drafting,
Ooh.
we're super excited to bring
The Eldrazi are
Modern
in Modern
Horizons
Horizons
3
3.
set to Arena. This is going to be fully supported at
wait,
launch.
Modern Horizons
Will be
3 to
available
Arena?
To draft,
Let's go.
and
That's kind of
we'll have
cool.
all of the fun and excitement that Mark is talking about. Now, before you get your hopes up, this doesn't mean that Modern is coming to Arena, but we just
know.
couldn't resist adding an awesome draft format, a bunch of really powerful and cool cards.
You didn't have to tell us. We know. We know you're not bringing Modern to Arena. We have to still pop over to MTGO and play whatever that UI is. Like, we know.
And we think that players are going to be thrilled to add those cards to their arsenal. Bringing Modern Horizons 3 doesn't mean we've forgotten about Pioneer. At the end of 2024, our plan is to reach what we're calling Tournament Pioneer, making sure
This was one of the first Magic videos I did on this channel. Was Pioneer needs to come to Arena is a wonderful platform for a format like Pioneer. It needs to come to Arena.
that all of the cards that are relevant for tournament caliber Pioneer play are available for players to add to their decks.
Boo, tournament caliber. It means I can't brew janky things and play it.
At the end of 2024. To help us get there, we're going to
It's still
deliver
great. It's still a good
Pioneer
step in the right
Masters,
direction.
a draftable set that fills in those remaining archetype gaps while being a fun experience on its own. For Pioneer,
is Pioneer Masters just on Arena then? Chat, is Pioneer Masters just on Arena
players
then?
who are looking for something a little bit less spiky will continue to add fun and iconic cards through things like anthologies or through booster pack inserts as we can, because we want to support both tournament play and casual fun play for those players. Alongside these exciting releases, we're also going to look at better ways to integrate digital and tabletop together. We want to create a more unified ecosystem. We want players to be able to go to their local game store on Friday nights and play an F&M, and then on Saturday when they hop on Arena for a quick match, get notified that their games from Friday earn them enough experience to reach the next level of their Mastery Pass.
Oh, wait. That's how they're crossing it over? For your freaking... I was going to say that Wizards of the Coast watches Hometown TCG confirmed. Okay.
This connected ecosystem is the
It's a
future
step.
of what we
It's a
want
step.
for Magic play and how we're going to bring all of the systems together.
That sounds awesome,
Chris.
Chris.
It's a
I
step.
can't wait personally for
It's a
Modern
step.
Horizons 3 on Arena. That is right up my alley. Speaking
You're
of
in?
cool
Hang
things,
in there with me. It's a
Athena,
step.
why don't you take this opportunity to tell
We
folks
must
about how we think
hold
about our
tight.
Universes
It
Beyond
is
sets
a step.
and what you think they're going to look like?
Thanks, Jess. One of the things you may have noticed
This
is
is
that
a win.
Universes Beyond
Doctor
is
Who
not a
collector booster
one-size-fits-all
boxes.
approach. When
I have
working with
said
such
from the
iconic
start, it's a
fandoms,
win.
we strive to find the perfect product fit that showcases the best of our partner.
Much better
That
than whatever
results
they're
in
doing
a
for
plethora
Arena.
of different expressions of Universes Beyond in our Magic sets.
Are you buying? Are you guys
So
buying
first,
Doctor
there'll
Who? Are
continue
you
to
excited
be
for Doctor
Commander
Who? I think it's
deck-driven
going to be huge.
releases like Warhammer 40,000, Doctor Who, and Fallout. These are excellent ways to have a self-contained expressions of a
Order,
world,
that's not a
its
great sign for
characters,
us.
and story.
It's not a great
We'll also
sign for us
continue to have
Americans
secret lair drops,
who don't know
some
anything
featuring
about
mechanically unique cards
that
like we
culture.
did with Street Fighter
Oops.
and Stranger Things, and some featuring overlays of existing
I think Doctor
cards,
Who's going to be
like we
really
did with
good. I
Fortnite
can't
and
believe you guys
Arcane.
aren't high on
An
Doctor Who.
overlay
I
is
think
what
it's
we
going to
call
be
the
so
cards
good.
that you might think of as reskins. Additionally, we have UB cards that we think of as booster inserts. Transformers was a booster insert for the Brothers
This is
War.
what they said. Jurassic World is
will be
going to
another
be. Yeah.
booster insert.
Yeah.
It's part of the Lost Caverns of Ixalan release, but its own
Yeah.
expression that happens to be the perfect
Yeah.
fit.
Booster
Finally,
inserts
we'll
are
have different
fine,
types of booster
I
releases.
guess.
So far, you've seen the Lord of the
standalone
Rings,
UB
Tales of
products
Middle-earth,
seem to be
which
much
is a large
better,
booster
like
release,
self-contained.
released much like a premiere set. We'll be discussing a second type in a minute. That was a lot, but what we want you to take away is that Universe Beyond takes many
Sean, I like
forms.
that approach. No stream, stop stopping. I like that approach. I like Sean just said in chat, for those who don't see this, Sean just said they're going to wait and see. I like that. Like, I don't know much about Doctor Who, but I think this is a massive win. We are
And the focus is
I don't know why
always
we're
to create
buffering.
the best
Why are we
experience for our
buffering?
fans.
What's happening?
Similarly, for Arena, we'll continue to approach Universes Beyond in a similar way, where we're trying to create the right level of engagement for the product, for the
7
players,
minutes on my
as
serialized
well
defense
as
grid
for
reaction
our
or
digital
auction.
schedule. While we love to take each and every product, that just isn't always possible. In general, for main set releases, we're likely to try and take as much as we can. For The Lord of the Rings, as the example, we took the main set, starter content, and jumpstart content. For smaller releases, we're likely to lean into cosmetics.
Different releases.
This is our plan for Fallout, letting players add some of that wasteland flavor to their arena experience, even if it isn't cards.
The wasteland.
For some content, we may not participate at all.
The Fallout Wastelands,
like with the Lord of the Rings Commanders content. This can be due to schedule
That's
constraints,
there's no
card
commander on
complexity,
Arena, and there
format
should
fit,
be.
or sometimes all of the above.
Get it together.
For the next product Athena is going to talk about, we're still exploring what our digital connection be. Athena?
We announced a while back a partnership with Ubisoft and Assassin's Creed, and the wait is almost over.
I totally forgot
In
about
July
this. I totally forgot about
2024,
this.
We're releasing Beyond Boosters, featuring Assassin's Creed immersive, epic, historical adventures.
What
Every
are
Assassin's
Beyond
Creed game
Boosters?
gets in on the fun. This is also the debut of the Beyond Booster, a new kind of booster that features a beloved world. They aren't draftable, but each booster takes you on a journey unique to that universe. Plug in directly to the Animus with both new cards and exciting reprints featuring favorite characters and moments from the Assassin's Creed games. Aspiring assassins can take their new skills to the deadliest formats, including modern.
Wait, including modern. So let me get this straight. A Beyond Booster is a new type of booster that is like modern legal, I guess, but it's not draftable. So it's epilogue boosters. So it's Aftermath. Is that what we're looking at here? Anger Collections. Yo, what's up? What? I don't understand what we're looking at with Beyond Boosters here, I guess.
And now I know Mark is so excited
confused.
to talk to you about another brand new Magic World.
I know they're not draftable.
Okay, so
it does sound like
Wild of
Aftermath,
Eldraine
right?
was the start
Like
of the
epilogue
first
boosters and Aftermath.
Magic year, the first arc. Now we begin the start of the second arc.
Get out of here.
What we're calling the Dragonstorm arc. Why?
Okay, so Wilds of Eldraine and now into the Dragonstorm arc.
We'll get to that. So 2
Don't
weeks
tell me
ago
we'll
at
get
San
to that,
Diego
just give me the
Comic-Con, I
information.
showed a bunch of images that I said we were going to talk about. And the one that got the most discussion.
Jason, I don't know. I think it could be
the
cool.
little
I think it would be a lot of fun. I think you would need chat.
fighting
It's
a
a
big
social
wolf.
experience. I
Well,
think you need
finally
chat,
we've gotten
and
to
I know
this
they don't want you to have
Bloomborough.
chat on Arena.
So Bloomborough is a world of
Bloomborough.
anthropomorphic animals where there's no humans. You'll see rabbits.
Can someone define anthropomorphic in chat for me? Because I am a Magic the Gathering YouTuber and software engineer and old man dad, and I don't know what that word means.
And birds and rats
this
and
is
mice
this is an
and
embarrassing
raccoons,
moment for me.
and
This is
it's a world in
not
which
a not a great
animals
moment on
are the
Hometown
main
TCG.
characters. It's done in scope so that each animal is the actual size of that animal, but they,
Orniter, human-like
they wear
animals.
clothes
Oh,
and have
got you.
weapons, and you get to have
Like
a
a Johnny.
really fun. I guess charming is
you.
the word I have to use.
Thank you.
This is probably the most charming world we've ever made for Magic.
Oh,
This
is cute.
It really leans into some of the fantasy elements, but it has this. I don't even know how to describe it. It just has this lovely aspect that is really heartwarming.
This is
and
adorable.
I remember seeing when the art finally came in this set. It will melt your heart.
I'm just here for Mark Rosar to talk about stuff.
Lovable
I'm just
set.
here for Mark Rosar to talk about
Following
things.
Bloomborough is Duskmourn, House of Horror. So this is a top-down.
We go from charming animal
modern
critters,
horror
lovey-dovey, to
This
dusk
is
horror.
about as far away from we can get from Bloomborough. We've
Yeah,
done horror before on Ixalan, on Euphorexia, but this is exploring a different realm of horror, a more modern sensibility. Think kind of like 70s and 80s horror. So this is a brand new world. The entire world takes place inside a giant mansion with creepy corridors and weird rooms.
So there's two top-down
really
horror
playing
sets. We have
into
the one that
all
goes
the
that
fun
coincides with
of modern
Clue,
horror.
and then
And I have to
modern
say,
horror
I
that we're
don't
talking
know
about right now.
if we've ever had a transition between worlds that is stark between the charming cuteness of Bloomborough and the creepiness of Duskmourn.
Yeah.
Bloomborough
Nira, do you
and
play board
Duskmourn
games?
look
It reminds me of a
amazing,
really
Mark.
popular game called Ever.
That wraps it for 2024.
I don't often.
So, of course, do not be
I should.
surprised.
I don't
if there
play
are
them
more
nearly as
surprises
much,
that
but I
pop up
should.
during the year. This is Magic after all.
But I don't play
As
it.
we go
Nira,
into
thank you for hanging out.
25.
No, I don't play them as
Caveat
much as I
here,
should.
we're sharing more than we ever have before. We're in 2025, y'all.
This is
means
okay. So now
still
we're getting
working
into
on
2
details
years
and
into the freaking
specifics.
magical future. The magical future.
This
no,
represents
don't
more
pause.
what we're thinking than the actual set itself. Because of this, we're going to go and move into code names. We are not going to tell you the names of the sets. We have not named them yet. Right, Mark?
We will know if Elon Musk codenamed any of these products, because every Magic release will just be called X. It'll be Magic Release 2025 X1 and X2. Watch out for that. If Elon Musk is working on Magic the Gathering, you'll know about it.
This is not final art, right? We're just showing you ideas of things that might become what it'll be. Remember, none of this is carved in stone yet. We are actively working on these products. We are still working on these. These are not
My
finished.
Defense Grid auction has 1 minute left on it.
All of that, but this is
I'm
kind
trying
of
to
the path
juggle
we're all
this.
on
I
right
want to
now.
win this serialized
Ready to
Defense
take us
Grid.
down it, Mark?
Okay.
What am I doing?
2025.
Why are we going back and forth? Why does this all have to be happening right now?
Previous year, we had Ravnica remastered because people love Ravnica. Well, people also love...
That's the most Magic the Gathering remastered comment I've ever heard. We had Ravnica remastered because, well, people love Ravnica. Let's give them more stuff.
Of Innistrad. So it takes all the different business
awesome.
Innistrad
That was
and puts
awesome.
them in a fun draft environment where you can mix and match and have a lot of fun. Okay, next up is tennis. So I said when I was talking about Outlaws of Thunder Junction, how the change in the cosmology is letting us do some stuff that we couldn't do before. So we have had this idea for a long time, actually, to do a death race, where people racing, but, I mean, super serious and
Death
racing against each
race?
other. But the Omen Path allows
Wait, what is that?
really cool.
Twisted Metal?
That the race doesn't have
Let's
to
bring
be
back Twisted Metal.
confined to one
Twisted
world.
Metal?
In fact,
PlayStation 1
the death
Twisted
race goes
Metal?
across 3 different worlds. Now, I'm not allowed to tell you what the worlds are yet, but I'll give you a little bit of hint. So 2 of the worlds
I just want
are
it to be
worlds that
Twisted
we've been
Metal.
to
Just
in
let it be
premiere
Twisted
sets
Metals.
that we haven't returned to in
These
another
remastered
premiere
sets
set
do not
yet.
excite me with the change
And the
initial down to
third,
remastered
the
price.
third world,
Like,
we
I
have
don't
seen
know.
on cards,
Remastered sets
but we've
generally
never
seem to do
visited
pretty
as a
well.
main setting of a premiere set. So we're going to flesh that out, and these 3 worlds will be the racetrack for the death race. So I'm very excited for that. Next up is Ultimate. So I just introduced a whole bunch of new worlds, but people always ask us to go back to worlds that they love, and Ultimate is a return to one of the worlds we get asked about all the time, Tarkir. So we are going back. The phrase we've been using in design is the best of both worlds, which means we want to take all the awesome things about Khans of Tarkir and the awesome things about Dragons of Tarkir and blend them together to make a Tarkir like you've never seen, yet reminiscent of Tarkirs you have seen. So it's very fun, and it's a really cool set, and there might be some dragons in it. Okay, so that moves us next to a set that's not for me to talk about. So, Athena, why don't you talk about this next set?
We're
I like
excited
dragons.
to announce
I
that the
lost my
Final
auction,
Fantasy
guys.
franchise
I lost my
is the
auction.
next Universes Beyond tentpole booster release coming in
This is huge.
2025.
Okay. Get your popcorn
In
ready.
collaboration with Square Enix, Universes Beyond will be bringing the beloved Final Fantasy series to Magic the Gathering as a tentpole booster release in 2025.
So this means like Lord of the
Final
Rings.
Fantasy series is known for its
Tentpole.
highly imaginative worlds, rich
Okay.
stories, and memorable characters. The set will encompass each main Final Fantasy game that has been released to date, from the original Final Fantasy to the recently released Final
Do
Fantasy
we have big
16.
Final Fantasy fans in
The
chat?
set will also be available to play on Magic Arena.
Okay.
Yep, and I don't think it's going to
That
be a
makes sense.
surprise.
Like, Lord of the Rings does
a
that
digital
too.
game team might have some affinity for one of the biggest franchises in video
Is
game history.
is Final Fantasy the biggest
the team
video
is
game in
super
video game
excited
history?
to bring Final
Is
Fantasy
it the biggest?
to
It
Arena
might be.
and show our love and respect for a
Come on.
game that has touched and shaped so many of us as designers. Beyond Universes Beyond, we're far enough on the calendar, out on the calendar.
My
that for
brother
digital
loves
games,
Final
we need
Fantasy.
to discuss intents over actual.
Like, he is all in.
deliverables. Mention that things are not set in stone. That is especially true for digital. It is not set in digital stone either. So let's talk about what we're trying to do and how it's going to inform our planning as we look at 2025 and beyond.
What's going to be the
So we
one
have
of
a couple
one
core objectives that we're
in the
using
Final
to drive
Fantasy
our
set?
decision making.
What's
The
it going to
first
be?
is, how do we create
Final
more
Fantasy
Magic
fans,
players?
you know what it is.
This is why we emphasized our new player experience this year and why it was important to have the Lord of the Rings
Yep.
delivered specifically so we could reach more
Yep.
players through their love of Middle-earth.
I love the fact that they just said that. I've been saying it on this channel for the 6 or 7 months now that I've been making Magic content. They are all about like this Universes Beyond being this front door, this portal, this gateway to entry for people to play Magic the Gathering. That's the best way to use Universes Beyond. The
We also
random
know
like
that we
one-off
have some
secret
opportunities to
layers and
provide
stuff
better
like that,
experience
not
for
a
those
win.
players that we just didn't have
Front
the
door,
bandwidth to
outward
execute on.
projecting Magic
so part
the
of what we're
Gathering,
discussing
big win.
now is how do we fill those gaps? What do we need to bring in more players and introduce them to the best game in the world? In order to answer this, we also need to understand what we're missing. So
The
for
Onion
digital,
Knight is
we
a
think there's an
commander.
opportunity
The
to better
Buster
serve
Sword,
players
is that the big
who might be
item
intimidated by jumping
in Final
into
Fantasy?
a free-to-play player versus player experience right out of the gate. So we're actively discussing how can we address that? How can we give players a sandbox where they can have fun and be comfortable building their Magic skills without the pressures of winning and losing it, particularly in front of other players? Second, we know that there are a lot of types.
Winning and losing is not that big of a deal. Just like go lose a game. Losing a game is fine. I hate that that's the new thing. It's so frustrating. Like, it's okay to lose games.
Of Magic players.
People lose all the time. I
And
lose games all the time.
Arena is addressing a specific portion, those who are, again, big fans of the 1v1 player experience.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Another lens we're using to talk about the future is, if you're already a Magic fan,
Yep.
what digital experience are you missing? And then we can figure out what we can do to address this.
Okay.
This is
the
big
opposite direction
area
that
for
I wanted to
exploration.
see them go.
It has a couple parts. First is collectability. Collectability is a core part of Magic, and we think that there's a lot we can do to improve that experience for players and make collecting more exciting, more rewarding. Take that and allow
digitally?
players to personalize their experience better.
No. Work on
Secondly,
physical collecting.
Arena is a really good, player versus
Work
player
on
game.
physical collecting. I want
But
more
it doesn't
serialized
support
cards.
more than 2 players. So, how do we get 3 or more players at the table, at the digital table? And how are we going to deliver in these spaces? Do we continue to add?
Don't love that.
To Arena itself.
Like Commander
Do we look
Commander
at
on Arena
as a
doesn't
core
make sense
platform that we
without
can
chat.
expand
The
and
whole
create
point of
different
Commander
iterations
is the
that serve
communication,
different
right?
needs?
Those of you that play Commander,
we're
it's like the
doing
fun,
that
it's the
and-
engagement, it's
and
the hangout.
tailor
This
making
is not
these experiences
that's
for
not
players.
That's not
How do
what
we keep everybody
Arena's
connected
for.
in the
That's not what it
ecosystem?
does.
This is a bunch of work that we have to figure out and make sure that we're building this one unified Magic experience for players who have different needs.
Agree
So
on that
We want to make sure that
statement.
we have that connective tissue for those experiences. So that's what we're talking about now as we look towards 25, 26, and beyond. And there's a lot of work.
Just touch on that. One unified experience, yes. 100%. The one unified experience between paper and digital Magic is a must, and it must happen. I agree. Like, it's the way to go. But, like, my God, like, you can't neglect one to make a unified experience. Like, digital Magic, I argue, is extremely strong. Like, if you look at Arena numbers, there's like 6 million concurrent players at any given moment. Like, the player numbers are insanely strong. You need to backtrack that. You need to be like, okay, let's tie in the other direction. We got the digital. Let's tie into the physical. I don't know.
But we're really excited about taking what you know about digital Magic and expanding it beyond what you've seen so far.
Yes. Back to the
Mark,
table.
I'm going to throw it back to you as we look farther in the future.
You should feel incentivized to go to
so
Friday
this is
Night
the beginning
Magic.
of sort of the
And it's
third of
Mastery
the Magic
Pass
years.
boost is
so
not
first
it.
we had the Omen Path arc, then we had the Dragonstorm arc, and this
Wait,
year
what?
is
Volleyball?
the Censored arc. Now, it's not called the Censored arc. I'm just not allowed to say what it is.
It's the Censored arc. It
gives
is
much
X.
away.
Oh
But
my
this
God,
is
we
the
were
third
right.
year
Chat,
of
we
our-
had it.
our
It's
next
X.
storyline.
It's
of
X.
Metronome.
It's the X arc.
So volleyball.
It's the X
when
arc.
Kamigawa
Elon Musk
Neon
named it.
Dynasty came out, we really pushed the
X
boundaries
arc.
a little bit on what we could do with
We knew
science
it.
fiction.
We knew it all along.
The audience responded really well to that. And so we decided we wanted to keep pushing. I mean, Jess talked about at the beginning of this, how we're pushing boundaries. So we are going to explore a space we've never explored before.
You're right. Us
Space!
boomers do want
We are
papers.
going to outer space.
We want
Volleyball
paper, but I think
is a
you
space
can make
opera
digital
set.
stronger by
And
tying paper
we are
to that. I think you
literally
actually
going
enhance the
into
digital
outer
experience
space.
for new and
there's
younger
a lot
players.
of cool things. We had to figure a lot of stuff out, none of which I can talk about yet. But
That might be a
it's
good channel
top-down
member
space
video.
opera set.
Good. You know what? This might
Next
be a
up,
great discussion for channel
wrestling.
membership video exclusive
So
content. I might do that.
wrestling. I said
If you haven't
before when I talked
considered
about
joining the
Ultimate,
channel
how there
membership,
are
it's in the
worlds
link.
that
It's in the
we
description.
We
Check it out.
visited once and we
Near
haven't
End is a
come
channel
back
member
to,
right now.
and the players ask us to come back to them. Well, there's one world that I get more requests.
These code
than any
names are
other world.
awesome.
It's the
Volleyball,
common request on
wrestling.
my blog I get all the time.
Wrestling.
And wrestling is finally going back to this world. So
Magic
people
going
who
to
read my
space
blog
is
are
cool.
excited right now because they know what I'm talking about. But the rest of you, I will tell you, we are
I don't
going
read your
back
blog, Mark.
to
Sorry.
Lorwyn. So
Oh.
Lorwyn is a very charming set built
Lorwyn's
on Celtic
awesome.
lore. It goes back and forth
Lorwyn's a
between Lorwyn
win.
and Shadowmoor.
Lorwyn's
we
a
are
win.
finally
That's
revisiting
cool.
Lorwyn, and much like we did with Kamigawa and Neon
Stop stopping, stream. What is going on? What is happening?
Dynasty, we are finding a way to bring back all the things you love about the original world.
Sleeping
but find
Night
a
is
new
all
twist
in on
it
Lorwyn. Let's
and
go.
bring a new sensibility to the world. So that is wrestling.
Space set's gonna be sweet.
Which brings us to 2026. I can't believe I'm saying this. 2026.
2026, Mark?
Oh my goodness. So like You know how you're driving a car and the gas gauge gets to E, but you keep on driving? There's that thrill you get. I feel like we're on E right now. These are sets that I'm literally
You cannot make this up. My brother just texted me. So MTG will have a crossover with Final Fantasy, but only with MTG Arena. You cannot make that up.
Vision design working
Also,
on right now.
yachting.
Like I couldn't even tell you.
Volleyball, wrestling, yacht. Like if you have a yacht where you're playing volleyball and wrestling, best yacht ever. Best yacht ever.
To the plane of Arcavios, which is
greatest
the home
yacht
of
of all time.
Strixhaven, the magical college. It's a fan favorite, and we are returning
Greatest yacht of all time,
yachting.
by far.
Finally, we get to zip lining. So
Okay,
zip lining is
you
similar
zip line,
to
you
War
could
of
just
Spark
you
or
do it
March of the
backwards.
Machine,
You
or
zip
it's what
line
we
to
call
the
a
yacht where you
capstone
then
event
wrestle
that's the
and
big,
play
giant
volleyball to
finale
cool
of the
down. There is
storyline.
what
But
a
I
win.
can't tell you the theme. I can't tell you the villain. I can't tell you where it happens. I really can't tell you anything about it because
can't tell
everything
you
I can
anything,
tell
but we're
is
ziplining.
spoilers galore. But suffice to say, I'm really excited on it. It's a set that I'm personally leading because
Some
I
casual
was so
tennis.
excited that I asked to lead it. So this is the culmination. Remember, starting with Wilds of Eldraine, we're telling a 3-year storyline. We have the Omen Path arc.
I
We
like
have
that
the
they have like a
Dragonstorm arc.
story in
We
mind.
have
There's
the
IP
Vengeful
in
arc
mind
that I can't even
when
tell
it
you the name
comes
of,
to
but they all come together.
this. They're actually leaning into
Once again, we're
like
codenamed
keeping their
Metronome,
IP
this
in mind.
giant new
What can we
storyline
do
that will
build the
end
Magic
at the
story
end of the alphabet.
outside
This
of
line, by the way,
Universes
is the
Beyond?
last
I like
of
that's a
our
win.
Sports-themed code names. After this, we have to go to a brand new. We're gonna start with A with a brand new theme, but we haven't begun designing those yet. We probably talk about those, but we haven't even worked on them yet.
Pickleball is
We have
popping
nothing to
off
say.
right now,
So
Jason.
We have finished talking about everything we are working. I honestly can't believe we did this. We got to the end of the alphabet.
We sure did, Mark.
So this is everything that's
could
everything
not be
they're
more
working
excited
on.
for everything that we just walked y'all through today.
That's crazy.
Truly is
That's crazy.
celebration of
That's
30 years of
everything they're
magic,
working
right?
on.
I mean, we're pushing the boundaries into the future. We're looking at
That's wild.
You know, all of our new partnerships.
I don't know.
with
Okay.
Universes Beyond.
Final
Brand new worlds
Fantasy
going to space?
has
Space,
big
space.
shoes to fill. Magic's
Oh my
going to
gosh.
space, like they just said.
You know,
Pioneer on
all these
Arena,
new
the
story
Pioneer
arcs,
Masters
a continued
on
evolution
Arena
of
is
Arena.
kind of
It's just
wild.
really a fantastic time.
That's
to
kinda wild.
Kind of take this future-looking glance into what we're going to be
This
doing
is
next.
crazy.
Speaking of future-looking, let's look at
Fallout,
the near future.
Fallout Commander decks. Commander
For a
decks is
moment.
probably true.
We'll actually do something that's like.
I think
somewhat
Fallout
much more
Commander decks
realistic
are
for
a
actually what we're
massive
doing
win.
right now.
That would be cool.
We're gonna
That
share
feels like
something,
like
coming
Lord of the
up
Rings, like
August
IP and
10th. This is the
theme,
first
and
you're
like
gonna hear about it.
that would feel really
The
good. Ooh,
first
August 10th.
reveal of the Secret Lair Commander deck, Angels. Secret Lair Commander deck.
Oh,
that means you can get it from
it's-
Secret Lair, open it up, sleeve it, play right away.
Heads I
Secret
win,
Lair
tails you
Commander
lose,
deck
but angels.
They're just like us, but cooler and with wings.
Where's Prof? Where's Prof when you need him? New Secret Lair alert! New Secret Lair alert! Where's Prof when you need him? Okay. So this is heads I win, tails you lose. Is this a split commander? I mean, the art here is insane. I don't know. I was pretty high in the heads I win, tails you lose.
We just want to thank everyone
deck.
for tuning in today.
But, like,
hearing
it took
all
so
about the
long
future
to
of Magic.
ship.
I want to thank Mark, Tina, and Chris.
Mark's the only
for
person that
coming
brings
in
more
here
energy
and
to these kind
telling
of things
us all
than I
this
do.
exciting stuff. Make sure to stay tuned. to
Like,
the
listen,
Wilds of
Niran, I'm about to end this with a commercial for my product, channel memberships. If you want to support the channel further, make sure you take a look at them. Sign up. It's $5 a month, gets you access to cool emojis, channel badges, and exclusive channel member content. You can find the link in this video's description to join the channel memberships. And we are building a brand new streaming setup, so that is where that is all going. So this was a wild. This was okay. Let's talk some notes really quick. Before we go, let's talk some notes and what we just saw. Oh, hold on. Aspiring Spike is playing in the background. He's playing Mono Black in Modern, which is a fantastic deck. Let's talk about what we saw. So, big pillars of Magic for the next year, and these three messages are extremely important. Innovating the future, Magic is forever, and committed to Magic lore and story. Those things are massive. I think a lot of my videos the next week are going to focus on that because it's going to kind of tell you where they're going in the future. I think that's big. Lord of the Rings was huge. Final Fantasy, I think, has big shoes to fill. I'm worried about Final Fantasy because I think people are going to have Lord of the Rings expectations. The new multiplayer format from Clue, that could be really cool. Like a new way to play multiplayer that isn't Commander, I think is really neat. Assassin's Creed, like the mini sets and like the mini universes beyond that feel like they might just be secret layers or things like that. I don't know if I'm super high on, but I don't know, man. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. This has been wild. I'm going to pop over, answer some of your guys' comments really quick before we sign off the stream. Ben Scheiman just finished watching the video. Is that like Benjamin? That's a really sweet name. Just finished watching the video. What do you guys find exciting so far? Like, listen, I just kind of outlaid it. The chat's pretty excited for Final Fantasy. I know Ixalan and Lorwyn are big, popular, like to old Magic boomers like me. So I think that's massive. Niran, yes. And Niran, the channel member showing off one of the "this one's for me" emotes. Jim Williams, stream moderator and channel goat, longtime supporters like yachting. I still think the names of the code names of the set might have been some of the most fun that we've had a chance to have. Ixalan is Jason's jam. Like the inner world, the center sun going into Ixalan, but still keeping the dino theme. And listen, the god or whatever, the one big bad of Ixalan has a freaking T-Rex arm. Like, yeah, like you have a T-Rex head for an arm. I'm in. Like, I'm sold. I'm going to check out that set 100%. My feeling is we may actually get a Harry Potter set with Strixhaven. Like, we might. I've said, like, now that they are all in on the Universes Beyond thing, Strixhaven's like, we're doing Harry Potter, but we really can't. Like, I think that's a massive win. I think that's totally going to happen. Weirdly excited for the Angel deck. Listen, Angels are popular themed commander decks like that aren't crazy powerful but have good flavor. I think are going to be cool. Moj says, after the success of Loader, big companies will be interested. I think so too. So guys, thank you. This has been so much fun. Again, consider supporting. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe to the channel to check out all the videos that will be coming out about stuff like this and all of the current Magic sets throughout the week. Thank you so much for hanging out. Until next time, you guys all know me. My name is Josh, and we will see you around. This has been fun. Thank you all so much. We'll see you soon.